It'll come. Oh, that's perfect.
See?
Yeah.
Got you, dog.
That's actually super solid.
Been ghetto for a long time.
Welcome to Rolling Recklessly, the Warhammer podcast where dice decide legends, paint never dries, and every roll tells a story. I'm Grizzly, and whether you're here for the lore, hobby, or the chaos of the tabletops, you're in the right place. So grab your dice, ready your general, wake your champions, and let's get reckless. The lists are locked, the meta's exposed, and the forest is watching. Welcome back to Rolling Recklessly. I'm your host, Grizzly, and tonight, we're not theory crafting anymore. Tonight, we're hobbying, we're finishing bases, and we're touching up edge highlights. And staring down the actual army submitted by Coast Pairings for the Scorched Earth Open. No rumors, no guesses, no what-ifs. This is what we're walking into. And tonight, I'm not alone. Jesse's here with me, lightning enthusiast and co-conspirator in questionable deployment decisions. Welcome back to the show, Jesse.
It's always good to be back. It's always good to be in the reckless room. But man, few more sleeps.
Yeah, 2 more sleeps, yeah.
2 more sleeps.
Yeah, it's getting nerve-wracking, but I think I'm excited, super excited.
Yeah, as all the lists just became available to look at, we get an idea of what our competition's looking like. And I know we know what the metas are, but to just see people running them, to see so much Lumineth, to see so much Nurgle lists.
Yeah, 12. I believe there's 12 Nurgle lists. Lumineth, their book is like a week or 2 old. It looks like they changed a little bit, like pretty significantly. So did Tzeentch, I've seen. I didn't see any Tzeentch players.
There are a few Tzeentch lists, I think.
Was there some
Yeah,
Tzeentch? I didn't think I saw any Tzeentch.
I think there was.
I've seen some Slaanesh. I've seen a lot of Nurgle. I've seen Soulblight.
You're right, there is a lot of Slaanesh.
There's a few Slaanesh. I saw like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
What was it? It's 35 players, right?
35 players. But
Nice.
yeah, you're right, there is no Tzeentch.
I didn't see any Tzeentch.
I
I feel like I've had a good look through. It's a lot of Nurgle. It's a lot of Nurgle. I've seen one Deepkin. It's that guy. Yeah.
Somebody after your heart.
Yep, I like him.
Let me see here. Another Stormcast Eternals player.
I did see that.
That's the triple Grand Hammer Annihilators, man. That's going to be crazy. The Skaven list.
Like, how do you even counter that?
Look, OC Bone Reapers. Somebody after my heart.
I talked to that guy on Discord today.
What'd he say?
I just asked. I was like in the Gamers Guild. I was like, "Yo, who's playing?" And
He
that
sounded
guy's
off.
like, "I'm playing." I was like, "Nice. What are you playing?" He's like, "I'm playing OBR." It's like, "Nice."
So we'll
I guess
know.
one of the guys that's like the ambassador there is gonna be judging.
Very cool, very cool. Look, a Cruel Boys list.
Cruel Boys, nice.
Yeah, I mean...
Is he the only one? The only Cruel Boys?
I think so. Maybe like few. There's a Sons of Behemoth player, so Destruction has its like representation, but again, a lot of chaos.
It is a lot of chaos.
But yeah, he's running Orc Clans, Cruel Boys, Swamp Horde Bullies. So a lot of Gut Rippers, Kill a Boss, more Kill a Boss, Shaman with the pot, Scorgob Totem. So yeah, I mean. This is a pretty strong list here too. Look at all those reinforced Gut Rippers.
Yeah, I think they do crit mortals.
Yeah.
Is that what they do? It's like a lot of attack, a good amount of attacks on crit
Good
mortals.
amount of attacks on crit mortals.
That's 2 of them reinforced.
2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
Very, very gross. Yeah. Man Skewer Bolt Boys. That's a big shooting unit.
Go target that guy right away. I'm telling you right now. Do not let that guy shoot you.
And look at the Beast Skewer Kill a Bow too.
Down.
So this is a decent amount of shooting. It is Cruel Boys. So
yeah. Well, I'm surprised I didn't see any KO, I didn't see 1 Carrot Drums player in there.
a little bit surprising. You know, maybe it's you know, they got all these new models, so people are still, you know, maybe getting them built up and painted.
Yeah, they did get some. I know the Drekkie Flint came out, last year?
Yeah.
Granted that the frigate was part of it. The frigate, I think, has been out for a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what you want when you're a KO is that frigate.
I like the frigate.
You need boats.
Yeah.
Boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes. That's exactly. But I agree. I think there's been a lot of chaos. I've seen so far there's a lot of armies that I look through those lists. Lots of Hellsmiths of Hashut regiments.
Yeah, everybody wants that demon cannon.
Yeah. What's that rocket? It's that Rocketeer, I believe. It hits monsters pretty hard. And I called it like a month ago. I was like, watch, like, because
I feel like Chaos, their main thing, all of the Chaos is missing is they don't have any shooting. But they're really good at melee. They've got like semi-decent saves, you know what I mean? Some of them are on a t-shirt save, but some of them you can like get to 3s very easily.
Very scary.
And they've really needed shooting for a long time. So like, a nice artillery piece that's doing what the rocket does.
As a person who added shooting to my army for this tournament, I know how important it is just to even have the threat of it on the board. But even, a lot of shooting is tied to a cool ability too. So.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely agreed, especially if you deal damage, you get this.
Right, or, or these passive effects happen just from doing damage, So,
yeah.
You have to consider that during deployment. Like, deployments can be paramount going into this tournament. We're always kind of preparing to deploy against one another. Like, we don't know other people's game tendencies. So.
Yeah, I think it's funny because when we play, we don't really play like the meta, but I feel like we play like pretty competitive.
I agree.
But we don't like run. I guess my list is pretty like at the meta at this point. The other kid has an almost identical list.
You look at your list and you look at a tier list of units for your army.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have all the SA and top tier stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I have some pretty.
You're not running
stuff.
Any obscure bottom tier like unit that's going to be like, oh, that's surprising.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Gossamids. Not just because you don't know what they are.
Yeah. I guess if you don't know about, what they do, again, the shooting effect.
Yeah, it's nonsense. You shoot me and then you get to move D6. You're like, yeah.
Even on a counter shot, that's
so
nasty.
It's like you're gonna move into my area where I can counter shoot you, and then move out after you shot me. Like, rude.
Gross. And they're gonna and then they're gonna fly away after they hit you.
Yeah, they're flying away with this.
They're not gonna get closer.
Yeah.
So I've seen those things pop. So you're playing a lot smarter now. Like, you go in, you do some shots, and you bounce out. Start going to another objective.
Yeah. Well, I like to use them like that, but I'll be honest, because how elite my list is, you kind of have to use them as a screen sometimes.
You're sacrificing them, boys.
I am. If you're going to charge, for example, a group of knights into me, I'm going to let you have the Gossamer archers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put them on the altar.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to, and I've already looked at the units in my army that I'm like, all right, if somebody's got to die, it's going to be you.
Yeah. Well, it's like somebody, when you're playing an elite list, you got to have somebody to kind of give up,
For sure.
A lot of armies, that when you're smart, you build a screen. You throw, dryads or something, some liberators in there, but not how we like to play.
I've play tested.
I just want to smack you really hard.
I feel like I've play tested the Stormcast extensively over all of 4th edition. And this list that I'm bringing into Scorched Earth is one that I've crafted out of models that I truly love. Like, my army is entirely from sprue to through, painted, built, based, everything. I mean, granted, I have my girlfriend in indentured servitude always to my army, and I think you've been in indentured servitude to my army too.
Yeah.
But
I built like your half your Skaven's head box.
Yeah,
right? I built all the heroes.
You definitely built all the heroes. Yeah. So, but you probably built some of those reclusions sitting over there.
Exactly. Now you smack me with them.
But it's same thing with my army. So it's built of units that if I put them next to a tier list, Questor, reclusions, prosecutors, these are S tier, these are A tier units, Krondis, Iridan, Soggy Iridan even.
Yeah, I really like Soggy Iridan. I think they really gave him a big glow up.
Absolutely. And I was disappointed because that was one of the first big box models I bought. I was like, oh, I can't wait to use this thing. And then I don't know, it's because I roll lucky, so I have a warped perspective of how good something is. He killed Belthanos in one hit, and I was like, all right, well, we got something good on our hands. But yeah, I guess there was just an outcry from the community. So when Soggy Iridan came along, it just made regular Iridan look like cornflakes to frosted flakes.
Yeah. Like Drycha.
Yeah, Soggy Drycha is amazing. You said 10 attacks. I mean,
crit 2 hits.
Crit 2 hits on 10 attacks.
3s and 2s.
I hope they have a barf bag. Yeah. Because that is disgusting.
Yeah, 2 damage, and then she also has a great war scroll spell. Goes off on a 6. You get to add 1 to attacks, and you get to add 1 to wound.
It's in a 2 attack profile? Or just 1 attack profile for Drycha?
She only has 1.
Just 1
it's
attack?
Just 1 really
but
good
it's 10.
Yeah. And then, like I said, you're going to get a crit 2 hit, so, I mean, you know what I mean? If you roll well,
I think I've hit like 16 before. And, it's like 30 damage.
Yeah, that's amazing. How much rend?
I think it's 2 rend. It might be 1.
Can you get 3 if you're near a tree?
With when I cast the spell, yeah.
And you got to believe that the other Sylvaneth player is going to be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They might have the 3 big rings.
What if we get to the mirror match?
Oh, man. Are you prepared to do it for a mirror match?
Oh, I think so. I think I know my army in and out.
Same. So, like, I know the other Stormcast player is running, like, the Grand Hammer list with Gardas and the Lord Imperator.
Yeah.
Like, basically the scariest hammers you can conjure in the game right there.
I don't want to.
3 reinforced units. Yeah. So it's like, and they're going to be striking from Azir every time. So
yeah.
I don't know. Is it worse to get all 3 Grand Hammers coming at you at once? Or is it scary to have to deal with them one at a time as they strike from Azir doing D3 every time they come down?
Yeah. It's really... that's a crazy list. I do not want to play it. I'll be honest with you. I know there's a lot of people that know how to like work around that kind of stuff. Like, I just am not at that level yet. I don't think, And there's some people who they understand how to fix. Like, I know like not every list is going to be able to beat every list, right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's not built that way.
Can't make a 100% win rate.
You can like get lucky with some wins, but a lot of times like one faction is or one tier or one list or army is like he's got an advantage on you or disadvantage to you. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it works. Not everybody's real balanced. And then with the way all the abilities work, some like it's very easy to exploit some people's weaknesses when you have certain abilities.
Absolutely. Just having knowledge of other people's armies and what they do. I mean, Games Workshop locks the rules behind paywalls.
Huge.
And I know there's third-party sites. We won't talk about them, but there's places you can go to see War Scrolls. But, the cleanest, the most comfortable way to look at it is through the app.
Yeah, without ads right in your face the whole time, just spamming you. Like, I get it's free, and I can't complain about it, but it's like, geez, man, the ad spam on that is...
Yeah, like, Games Workshop needs to really have just like a War Scroll program, like, hey, you can see all the War Scrolls.
Dude, you should get it with Warhammer Plus.
Yes, I agree.
It's insane that you don't get, like... I feel like if you get Warhammer Plus, you're like a subscriber.
Yeah,
so it's like, dude, give me all the rules. Let me have all the rules, and everybody else...
I think you're going to have a lot more subscribers that way.
Yes, exactly. Because a lot of people
but
don't
then you're
like
not selling your $50 battle tome, are you?
Yeah, but then how many... I get you. You have a valid point there.
Because those fools that are going to be subscribing are already buying these battle tomes. So I know we are.
I think I have like 7 battle tomes from this year.
Yeah, I've got 4.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I have a bunch. I don't know. I have
Stormcast, Skaven, Khorne, and now OBR. So that will be 4.
I have Caradron. I have Hellsmiths. I have Gitz. Who else? I have Nurgle. I have Ideneth. Yeah. I feel like I have 1 or 2 more. Yeah. I don't know.
Sylvaneth,
maybe not.
Obviously.
Sylvaneth's not out yet.
Oh, that's right.
Next month.
So you'll have to get that one. Another book.
Oh, dude, I'm excited.
Another $50.
Yeah, it is. I know it is another $50, but it's like, nice. We get our rules. I'm excited to pay. I'll pay it. Like, they've already got me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially because I feel like you've taken Sylvaneth to every direction and every, like, gameplay style you can. Yeah. I know I've played your Sylvaneth a lot. I'm excited that after this tournament, maybe we can branch out. But, man, like, these last few years of just playing Stormcast versus Sylvaneth, it really does feel like just, like, 2 big, Grand Alliance of Order armies just, like, training for the big, like, crusade out.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. That's really sick. I agree. It's been, like, iconic now. It feels like when you think about, like, how we at least think about Stormcast and Sylvaneth, like, it's like, oh, nice. This has been, like, our whole... This is what we played for, like, forever, and we mainly just play each other,
Yeah.
We finally get other people to play, which is nice, and we finally, like, branched out, got a bunch of other armies, but it's like, Sylvaneth are, like, kind of who I'll always fall back to.
Absolutely.
It's hard to, like, not go Sylvaneth.
For me, it's easy to be loyal to the Stormcast because... you get that starter box.
yeah, exactly. Every year.
You get that starter box every year, so you're like, okay.
Get a new sick hero.
I'll get this year's starter box and last year's starter box. Boom, I got an army.
Some people have to, like, share a starter box with Stormcast. You know what I mean? Like,
I like your idea of that. The next edition should be something not Stormcast, but... it's gonna be Stormcast.
Yeah, no, I'm really, like I said, I hope it's Cities of Sigmar. I think that they could use it. I think that I want to say I heard an Honest Wargamer talking about that they have like a big refresh in the rumor.
That's cool.
which would be like because they already got like a decent sized one last year because they're talking about taking out. They want to take out elves or the dark elves, and they want to take out the dwarves. And then there's a rumor that the dwarves are going to become the next faction, like a new faction, and it's going to be like KO. It's gonna be who are the
Fire Slayers?
Fire Slayers.
Yeah.
It'll be them, and then like some other like randoms, like Gotrek. I'm sure will go in there. All the dwarves.
So it should just be dwarves unified under one banner.
Or Dwarden, whatever.
So they'll probably
right now
have
they
some-
have a keyword. They all have a keyword. All the dwarves. do.
Dwarden.
Yeah, even if they're from different factions, they have a Dwarden keyword.
So maybe they're gonna release some kind of huge epic hero.
Maybe they'll do. There's like another like dwarf god. I forget his name. Is it Grimnir? There's one that died, and there's one that's alive that wouldn't help Sigmar.
Yeah, it's like Grunny and Grimnir.
Yeah. Yes. Right? I think Grimnir's the one that died.
Okay.
Because he's the one that turned into the Aether Gold.
Okay.
And then Grungy is still alive, and he was the one that helped create the Stormcast Eternals with Sigmar.
Okay.
So that would be cool if they like dropped like a something for him or something, you know.
It's gonna be a
Whatever,
dwarven
like,
priest.
Yeah. Well, there's that would be crazy.
Following the theme of just releasing priests.
Yeah, I think what is it? Darkwater got a new dwarf, which was he looks like a classic dwarf, and I mean as far as dwarfs go, he looks dwarfy. You know, I know that was a big complaint about a lot of people with KOs. They're like, these aren't dwarves. It's like they're not. They're better.
Yeah. They're dwarves with cooler suits.
Yeah, agreed. So for tonight's breakdown, we're gonna look at the Slaves of Darkness, Marauders Tide, the Stone Stacking Lumineth Beef Castle, and the Triple Cannon Cities. We're gonna look at Rotigus, Glotkin, Scarbrand, and turning the table into a moist disaster, and the Skaven list that looks like the Warpstone Costco had a clearance sale. We're gonna talk threat levels, game plans, matchups. But before we start dissecting everyone else's army, how are you feeling like with your list locked? You're done, which is nice, you know what I mean? That's sick. It's very exciting, by the way, to say it like...
Yes, I'm done.
Coming from where we've come from, that's sick, yeah.
From sprue to through, baby. Went from gray to all the way. That's all I got, really.
Yeah.
But, we took it from 0 to 100, and it feels great, man. Like I said, this list is highly curated with units that I like, models that I like, you know what I mean? And the manifestations, like complement the army so well. I'm running,
I like him. I like that manifestation. I wish
the
you guys...
primal energies.
It'd be cool if you guys got a new manifestation.
Yes. I
Like
want one
lore.
that doesn't rely on a disc.
Yeah, it doesn't just give, like, that's not the whole build.
Yeah.
It feels like it's not bad. It's just that's the whole build.
That is
There's
the whole
no
build.
like diversity or nothing.
I feel like the
else.
-1 to casting and the impact like mortals that the comet does isn't that great.
It's not significant enough, I don't think.
Yeah.
I know, like, it does also give like a debuff to wizards or something, right?
Yeah, -1 to casting.
Which I mean, kind of big.
It can be big. It can be big.
I feel like it's just easy to move away from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just move.
Like, oh, this rock right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go this way.
Yeah. That. Yeah. Like I'll banish it.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll banish it. They'll fight it. Now, and I'm giving them a charge.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm like, oh, you can just charge this rock that's hardly doing anything.
That's one thing I'm kind of worried about with my list is like, so with Sylvaneth, such like the terrain is such a factor. You know what I mean? You need the trees, and it's one of those like I have to know consciously when I'm summoning my trees. Like, well, once I do this, I'm making your charge easier. Can you pile into me like this? You know, and sometimes it's nice. It's like an advantage, but it's just you have to be really smart with how you think about and play. But that's always like just a big worry of mine because when you summon it, like I said, it just extends like their charge range. And once you do that, it's just you open up to so much. Like, man, like summoning a tree against Zach is so scary. You're like, I gotta put this behind me. You know what I mean? Like, you already got 3d6 charge on this. Like, I need to stay away. I don't, like, and all your guys get +1 charge damage, +1 to rend if they charge. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, shouts out to Zach and all Slaves players. Like, it must be nice to just slingshot a hammer.
All right, so let's zoom out for a second because this feels different than Tuesday night at J&J. Did anything change for you, like once you like locked your list in?
Yeah, what changed for me was how I really locked in on achieving my battle tactics. Once you know what units you're going to be using to achieve these battle tactics, you can really plan on where you want things to be on the field in your head. I feel like without having your list completely locked, without having any like shadow of a doubt, this is what I'm running, you can always kind of have in your head, oh well, if I would have brought this, I would have done better. If I switched this in, I could have had this outcome. When you lock your list in, it really forces you to be like, okay, this is what I have, like it or not. This is what I'm working with.
Agreed. I 1,000% see what you're saying. Because, like, there's a lot of times I was like, I kind of switch this on my list, you know. Well, I could do this, but I think, like you said, once you lock in, you're like, all right, this is it. This is what we're doing. These are my tactics. Like, this is what we're doing.
Look at how finely tuned your, like, Kurnoth list was when I was just, like, starting out and using starter sets against you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd have, like, a Knight Arcanum and, like, a Reinforced Vindictors, and I'd be like, okay, let me try to see what this does. Absolutely nothing.
I will say that Kurnoth Hunters with the swords are kind of like the cheat code. You know what I mean? Like, even if you roll terrible, it's like, dude, on 26 dice, like, 5 of those could be crits, and that's like a bad roll.
I predict that if things don't go well this tournament for you, we're going to see a massive Kurnoth overhaul on your
that's
list.
exactly what it is. That's kind of the plan. It's after this tournament, no matter what, that's kind of what I want to do. I already have like a Kurnoth list that I'm kind of been messing with. I really like the Belthanos build.
Yeah.
I want to do Belthanos. I'm going to do 2 reinforced units of Kurnoth swords, and then a unit of the Soggy Spite Riders.
Yeah.
And then I want to try to fit Drycha and a Branch Witch in there. So I got to figure out what I can switch out.
Maybe just do, instead of 2 Spite Revenants, you just have 1.
I feel like the 2 is
I know. You want that board control with the 2. Yeah, for sure. Drycha's an expensive unit, though.
Yeah. Well, like her Soggy Witch roll is like, I think it's 320.
320? Yeah, that sounds about right. That's Soggy Uridan.
Yeah, they're all pretty expensive, but she combos so well with the Spite Riders.
Yeah.
Because her when she does her spell, the one that gives the +1 to attack, it also gives the +1 to attack to companion weapons.
Oh.
Because, like, yes, exactly. Like, when you give the buffs, except for all out attack, it gives the companion, but...
For sure, but any other kind of, like, buffs is usually
unless
just...
it states otherwise, yeah.
It's usually the melee weapon profile for the, like, main unit.
Exactly.
Yeah, but all out attack and then that, giving it more companion, like, wow, amazing. I can't imagine, like, getting... +1 attacks on all of... How many attacks is that if you have a whole full healthy unit?
I think it's 3 attacks apiece, and I want to say there's a champion.
Oh, wow.
So, what, times 6, so it's like 20 attacks.
Oh, man.
And it's like, I think you can get it down to like 2s and 2s pretty easy.
Oof.
1 rend. I think it's 2 damage, especially if you charge.
On the charge, yeah.
They also give up a 5-up ward.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they got a little protection on the hit back.
Well, they can give somebody a 5-up ward.
Oh, they can give it to themselves.
They can. Yeah, they give it to themselves. Yeah.
So it's protection for somebody else and it's as well as oneself. So yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see the list. Not excited to play it.
yeah.
But I'm excited to see it.
Dude, there's some people who show me their list. I'm like, oh, nice, dude. That sounds so fun to watch you play.
Yeah, I want to watch you play that. Yeah.
I will watch you crush somebody with this. That sounds fun. I do not want you to do that to me. So what do you think is like the difference between testing at like just like a shop, like how we've done it like Funk? We've done a little bit of Gamers Guild, you know what I mean? Just playing with like the random new people. We played with Chip. We played with Devin. How do you think that's different now than how we play, like how we're going to play coming this weekend?
You know, when we're playing with the like local community or like with the, smaller groups at J&J or even at Gamer Guild, I always felt like we were kind of like the most knowledgeable people in the room. Yeah. We were the people leading kind of like how to play, whereas we're definitely going to be playing with people who have way more knowledge than us, way more insight on the game.
Definitely.
Like we're far from like the master in the room when we're in that room.
Yeah, exactly. There's some people in here that are in there that have probably been playing since first edition. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'm humbled just to like to feel ready to play against these people. This is the first big step into like what the hobby is trying to push you towards. And I mean, I know that a lot of people will never get there, or they never even have that ambition. Some people are just hobbyists. Some people just want to play with their friends on the kitchen counter.
Yeah.
They don't want to be at a competition level, but I mean, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities in a lot of the cities around the world, and it's a good way for you to really Commit your fullest to your army, to your units, to your painting, to your basing. When you have to get something tournament ready, you are committing.
Yeah,
it's like a marriage.
Agreed. It was insane. So we both have these armies for years. I've had mine for a long time, since like 2022, 2023.
Yeah, and
it's like, dude, like Drycha was like my first model, one of my first models.
Well, because you were new to the hobby once, and I know the listeners can understand this feeling. It's like you kind of go a little bit crazy in the beginning.
Oh, definitely.
You're like, I want this, I want that, and then you amass a big pile of shame, right?
Yeah.
But I do not have a pile of shame of Stormcast. I don't have a single unit to build, and I have got 4,000 points or more now.
Yeah, that is pretty nice.
Starting from a Skaven Tide, like
that's an insane. You've accrued quite the collection then, like since Skaven Tide came out. So it's about a year and a half now.
Yeah, and look, there's 3 prosecutors and 3 reclusions from that box that are in this list, that are in this army. They've been with me since the first box, bro.
I think so. I think June will be like Skaven Tide's like 2-year anniversary.
Oh wow!
So it's just like,
I owe it to.
Jeez, and you got all of 4,000 points built, and now you have 2,000 fully built, painted, based, like ready to play, tournament ready to play.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can get my rats there too next.
Yeah, that's like the next project for you is gonna be rats.
Rats. It's hard because I can very easily go rats or corn, and it's really hard not to go corn because of what I've seen them do. Oh, yeah. But I feel like I owe it to my rats because, like I said, some of those have been with me since the first box. Those rat ogres, those clan rats, the Grace here, they've all been with me, bro.
Yeah, I've kind of guilty of that myself. Was getting and building this whole army, and then it's like, cool, I've already got another army, and I didn't even get to play this one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's be honest with each other. You can pick one of your other armies to play after this tournament. Who is it?
So I'm kind of stuck. So say if I don't want to play Sylvaneth next, like say I'm trying to grind and finish one more army, that would be a cool goal actually to finish this year since I finished Sylvaneth.
Yes.
It'd be nice to get. I don't really care about buying any more units. Maybe that new Sylvaneth unit, and I'm happy it's only one because we don't need a lot. You know
you don't.
I feel like another battle line would be nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something that's not the Spite Revenants or the Kurnoth.
Or Kurnoth, yeah.
Like it'd be cool to have something else, or like a light cav.
Yeah.
Like one, it doesn't need to fly. You know what I mean? Like they have those Centaur guys. I think would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Like they have the Kurnothis, so it's like it'd be sick if we got those guys. You know what I mean? But if I were to pick the next army I'll dive into, so tired. I really like Caradron. Has been a blast. Like it looks super fun. Yeah. I can see it not being a lot of fun for other people.
Shooting can be fucking hit or miss though.
Yeah,
it's not guaranteed. There's a lot of like ways to turn off people's shooting.
Agreed.
You know, my corn will make you like -1 to shooting just on a friggin' blood point ability.
So I think there's this thing when it comes to Warhammer, especially is so like people want to like play really strong and hard at first. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna build the coolest thing, and it's like I'm gonna win by turn 2. You know what I mean? And it's like when you play with people who are doing that and you don't kind of understand that's what's happening. It is like it's not fun to play, and it's hard to really identify that.
Yeah, I know.
It's like I just put my stuff down and then you kill all my stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
when does the game start being fun for me?
Yeah. When do I get to do anything? Yeah.
When I got to pop Belthanos at Iridan, that was when
it started for you.
The first when I was like, oh, I can do it too.
Yeah.
I only had to spend $138,
yeah.
but I can do it too.
For the low price of $138, you too can pop Belthanos in one hit.
Yeah, bro. You know, I was proud of my Lord Vigilant, and I'm like, but 8 health isn't a lot of health, my guy.
Yeah, no, you have a valid point there. I'm happy you did. You kind of upgraded a lot. So speaking of which, actually, so do you think do you have like any kind of like goals like when it comes to like scoring or anything like that? Like so like as far as like what you want to get, you know what I mean?
I want to get at least 20 points on battle tactics.
Okay.
I feel like that's getting number 1 and number 2 done on both cards. I feel like that should be obtainable even if I'm having a shit game. I don't think I'll be able to get all three. It's really hard with my combination of cards.
Yeah.
They're geared towards getting those first couple. And
I think you're winning right away, so
Yeah.
which makes you underdog.
My game is more like I'm going to get up on you like 15, 30 points, and then I'm going to like deny your tactics and just be a pest. Like I don't my army's not really built to like table you. It's more built to just kind of like overwhelm you with how I'm getting around and getting my tactics.
Exactly, and then it's like one of those. If you want to fight like a Stormcast, you kind of have to commit. You can't just send like some like little dude in there who's like, oh, he'll kill this guy. It's like, no, dude, this Liberators will still kill him.
Yeah, I mean,
the Liberators like they're not great. They'll still kill you.
Everything in my army saves on 3, so all out save they're saving on 2s. Like you know what I mean. A lot of I'm doing. The Ruination formation, so I'm going to be able to give my Reclusions, I'm going to be able to give Iridan, I'm going to be able to give my Prosecutors a 5-up ward.
That's
and
huge.
you saw what Iridan did with a 5-up ward and a 2-up save.
Crushing. Yeah, I did.
I think you swung Drycha and Durthu. Drycha and not many things live fighting Durthu alone, but Durthu and Drycha.
And I spiked Durthu.
But it was the -1 to hit, too, from the teleport that I do.
Yeah.
That Soggy Iridan, much better ability. It used to be like what the Carnosaur does, like you pluck a model if you roll their health.
Yeah, you can eat somebody.
That was old. That was called Dark Flight. But then you eat somebody and then immediately move. You're 12. So that was cool.
Kinda sick.
Yeah. So you eat and run.
That's kind of cool, especially because Iridan feels kind of soft at times.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of times I'm like, I don't have to commit too much to killing him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm running monsters. You know what I mean? Every model is a commitment. Like.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Iridan at 15 health instead of 12. But I get it. You're on an eagle. You're not on a freaking dragon. You're not on a.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're on an eagle. It's still a bird.
You could shoot him down for sure. As far as like what like you want to get in the tournament, as far as like your win. You have like a.
I want to be 3-2. Just like I'm mostly winning, or at least just over winning.
At least positive. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind being 2-2-1, if like that one was a really like knockdown Dragon game. We both like end at 56 points. I'd be like, okay, it hurts to draw, but that's fair.
It's one of those like, man,
I mean,
you couldn't just score one more point,
I
couldn't score one.
I
more
am prepared mentally to go 0-5.
I
will. You boys. I'm glad my boys are strong.
yeah.
I'm glad my boys are strong because they're gonna have to hold me back. I'm like, there's one last battle I can win. And my boys are like, no.
Get that table.
Yeah. And I'm like, we're putting somebody through it. Oh man.
That's too funny.
I mean, what do you expect from yourself?
Like you said, it's really hard going into that. Like how you were saying about the mindset thing is like we're used to kind of being like the people who are teaching everyone to play.
Yeah.
And then
they might teach our asses something.
Yeah. So it's very like it's hard to like I don't know how to like judge how good we are. You know what I mean? Like we could be trash. We could be like not very good.
I'm thankful that the atmosphere is a charity.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere is like a lighthearted one. Though it's competition, though there is that golden ticket, I feel like the player code is going to be pretty adhered to. People are going to be chill. I know I'm going to be chill. I know.
Yeah.
I know sometimes I can start to really hate the game and show it, but I'm going to try to reel that in to make this fun. I don't want to get a rep out there.
Yeah, 100% understand.
With my boys, they understand. They're like, all right, he's upset.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? But I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. I totally understandable.
Yeah.
I listened actually to this other podcast it's a Sigmar podcast, this couple, and it's funny because they just like bicker back and forth, but they both play, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you can see they probably do like mean shit to each other when they're playing, kind of like, I don't know how to say that, like, you know what I mean, just like you can see they get sour about it.
Oh, I know. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Spearhead with Allie, and she gets, I just know Spearhead so well. Yeah. She tried to be like, I'll be Stormcast, you be Stormcast. Yeah. I was like, you're making a big mistake.
Yeah. You're like, I will pilot either of these Spearheads. Yeah.
I was like, you're making a mistake. I was like, I know all the strengths. I know all of the weaknesses. I was like, you're making a big mistake. It was really bad for her, bro. I was messing her up.
Yeah, I could see that.
And she let me be the newer spearhead too, the Ruination one. And so she didn't even get Andraste and
that's
Annihilers out
arguably
yet.
the better one.
It is the better one, I feel like.
You think so?
Yeah, everything recurs. You get the Lord Vigilant on the Gryphstalker. He gives an objective like +1 to hits.
Nice.
It's broken in Spearhead.
That is. That is.
So like some of your Liberators are hitting on 2s or crit mortals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been playing a lot of Spearhead. Man, she looks at me like sex is off the table for the next few months.
Yep. Yeah, like you're not chilling with us no more.
Yeah, she's like, you're sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yep, exactly.
You want to go up 10 battle victory points on me. I'm like, oh man. But it all adds to the fun and to the tension. But she's ready for 1,000 points, bro.
That's exciting. It'll be really cool to see Daughters at 1,000.
There's a Daughters of Cain list in the tournament.
Yeah, I see it. Oh, that's one of the lists we should have went over.
Yeah.
I think that's the only Daughters one too. So
3 reinforced witch elves with the paired Skyzas.
Yeah.
So that's 3 attacks each. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. But there's the Cauldron buffs them.
Yep.
The Hag Queen will buff them.
It's a bunch of the witch elves, and then your other
I have a feeling they're going to somehow get 2s into 2s somehow. Through Elven magic, they will get to 2s and 2s.
Yeah. I do feel that. Well, and then their other choices, like, cool, you can either run into some witch elves, or you can go fight Marathi.
Yeah.
Do you know what Marathi's ability is?
No.
You can only deal 3 damage to her at a turn. And she has kind of 2 models. Whenever you hit one model, the damage goes to the other model.
Oh, so it's going to go to the Shadow Queen when you hit the big one.
Yeah.
Scary.
And you can only deal 3 per turn no matter what. That's literally what the rule said, no matter what.
Do you have a plan to deal with 60 witch elves?
No.
Blood frenzied witch elves.
Especially if they all charge you at once. Like, oh, jeez.
God forbid.
If they're blood frenzied, when is that? Their last turn?
I know it's so in the first turn they get more run.
Yeah.
In the second turn they get more charge.
Okay.
Third turn it's hit. Last turn is rend. And then they think the 5th turn is all of them or something like that. That's gross. It's scary.
At least if they're blood frenzied though, I think if they're blood frenzied, hopefully you've killed a unit or 2 by then. Hopefully, or at least half of some of them.
They save on 5s.
Yeah. I think you could just make them pop. You know what I mean? As long as they don't hit you first.
There's 60 of them.
Yeah. There's How much life do they have? 2? 1?
1 life. This is just 60 life.
See, I think I can deal 20 damage in a hit though.
Yeah, you could.
For me, I think I'm not too worried about them. I'm worried more about Marathi.
Yeah.
Especially because I wonder how the treasure thing works. Can you give Marathi and the Shadow Queen the treasure?
Anything that's deployed on the field in turn 1 is potentially a treasure.
Yeah. That's what I thought. So it's could you give them both? So you'd have to for sure kill them. You basically are locked out of that one. Well, you can get 1, right?
Well, I was do you have to kill both models, the Shadow Queen and Marathi, for it to count as the treasure, the 1 treasure?
Oh, yeah. That sounds.
Or do they share a health pool?
I think they share a health pool.
Okay, so when 1 pops, they both pop.
Yeah, but you have to kill the bigger one.
Yeah, yikes.
And I think, I said, I think it only takes 3 damage a turn.
What it is, are a lot of people running the Gyronite treasure tactics?
From what I've seen, it's a lot of Master of the Paths.
That's the one where you kill a hero, yeah?
Yeah, kill a hero, and then the next turn you have to... What do you have to do in Master of the Treasures?
I don't know. I've been running the same 2 tactics all GHB.
I just know that first one.
Restless Energy and Master of the Paths.
Do you know?
No, I'm sorry. Wrathful Cycles.
Wrathful Cycles.
And Restless Energy.
Do you know all of them?
Yeah, so it's got to take 1 from your opponent.
Okay.
You got to hold more than your opponent.
Okay.
Have to fight with half of your army that's on the field.
Okay.
And then deploy into all 4 quarters of the battlefield. And then the other one on the other card is take all the objectives in enemy territory. And on day 1, we're going to have 1 objective in enemy territory. In game 1.
Game 1?
Yeah, it's that life cycle one. That
Oh,
baseball
yeah.
diamond, yeah. So I feel like
Well, does that have to be wholly in enemy territory? Because the other ones are technically on the side.
It says all in enemy territory.
So if it's... Then I think life cycle is 3.
in enemy territory, no matter what. So that's hard.
But you'll be wanting to get that red and green one anyway for the primary tactic.
True. And then you just have to take all 3.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of hard.
It does. That's the kind of, so like the you know, like the third tactic is always the hardest one. So on both of my cards, it's like get a unit into each quarter of the battlefield, which is gonna be tough for me. I'm running 6 units. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to make sure that
things live that long. Yeah,
you have 3 things to do that.
Like, granted, one model is the unit, so
true, very true.
But you know,
and you've had really good luck with it just being one model.
Yeah,
you're like, yeah, this one guy just didn't die in this unit of 10. He got away.
It was gonna tie you up now in combat. You know,
is there any factions or like any like armies that you're like looking to dodge now that we've seen the lists? Like who's like what everyone's playing?
I want to dodge that Slaves to Darkness, Reinforced Chaos, Reinforced Vanguard. Is Reinforced Chosen and Reinforced Vanguard. That would be a fun thing to dodge because man, those are some big swinging hammers. 1 drop. It's coming for you turn 1. I hope you have some stout defenses.
Yeah, that's what that turn 1, the Vanguard one. That sounds oppressive.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Just like,
but it's something we've heard of all edition, so we had to have seen the representation.
I'm gonna try to be defender.
Yeah.
Like you deploy first,
so I can at least see where that big swingy unit's going.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go somewhere else.
On those battle plans with the really tight, like objective setups, it's gonna be tough to avoid that kind of thing. But
I bet you he's running Master of the Paths and Intercept.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he has, like 2 Vanguard, and are they reinforced? Or no?
Yeah, it's a reinforced Vanguard, and there's 2 of them, and then there's 2 reinforced Chosen.
And that's it?
And then the Chaos Lord on Demon on the map.
Jeez.
So it's literally just like 4 hammers and a general. 4 mega hammers. Those units can clear, I think, anything pretty much.
Yeah.
Whatever they go into is gonna die.
Well, the nice thing is the Chosen, they get that fight again once per battle.
Yeah.
And it's like crushing.
Yeah, I mean, so you gotta survive the first and second hit, and I saw you take off a bunch of the models off the unit, and it still got you. Yeah. So it's a scary unit.
I want to say I killed his Chosen next turn, and that's what was after Bellicor like turned me.
I want to avoid Nurgle, but it's unavoidable at 12 players.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of them, and it's all that Taliban and Nurgle, like you said.
Taliban and Nurgle, yeah.
Super. It's real crazy. Like, the trade itself is just really crazy. I think it's super broken right now.
I'd like to take a look at those war scrolls and those battle traits. I'd like to take a look at that new battle tome.
Yeah, the new battle. I have that battle tome. We can look through it. We'll kind of go through like some of it actually. Because that one is going to be really key to learn. Because we're going to be running against it so much.
Yeah, because you got to think that if 12 people are running it, let's say 4 people, win their first game.
Yeah.
You got a pretty big chance that in the second round you're going to face Nurgle. And if the list is as good as it is, let's say 3 people go 3-1 with it, you're definitely going to fight a Nurgle player at some point in your 5 games.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think, because like I said, they're going to do really well. I think they have a really high win rate right now.
From what I've heard, and the internet always embellishes things, but they're close to 60% win.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, to me especially, like I don't really want to play against Nurgle as well. That's the one I want to dodge, and it sucks. There's so many, because you can't castle, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Now, but you heal a ton, so I think dealing with plague points is going to be good for you. You're going to be able to get it off of you.
Yes.
However, it's just going to keep happening every turn.
Yes, and it'll shut off my healing.
So
that's how you'll kill me.
So you have to keep dealing with it every single turn.
Depending on but they can only plague so much. You know what I mean? I get to heal anybody by the trees.
Is there a range on this plague, or it just?
Well, there's multiple ways they can spread it.
Oh man!
So in the Taliban and Nurgle, that's what that does is it makes it really easy, and you just make an opponent start with one just from the very beginning, and then anybody within combat range of that guy will get a disease point. So if you castle them, say they pick a Lariel, and I castle around a Lariel, anybody within 3 inches of the Lariel is going to get diseased.
Oh my god.
And then you can remove the plague points, or I think not on the Progenitor, I think he has like a special, like, you can remove it, but you have to, I don't know if you can do a turn 1, there's like some kind of stipulation.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
I mean, I'm not excited that there's going to be some kind of huge, like, meta being abused, but, I mean, that's a fair representation of Warhammer, bro.
It is, well, that, and everybody loves Nurgle, and Nurgle, I think, he's one of the Chaos Gods. And, like, with this, I feel like last year was supposed to be the year of Chaos, and it seems like they, like, spoke too soon, you know?
Well, that's only because you're not viewing Skaven as Chaos.
I guess. Yeah, I guess Skaven was good. I guess, yeah.
Skaven got a ton of support. I mean,
they got a bunch of refreshers.
My giant rats are demon lords.
Yeah, he's got, what is that? The priest,
Vizic.
Vizic, yeah.
Yeah,
super sick. So they are pretty awesome. But now that we've talked mindsets and stuff, let's go ahead and look into some of these lists that we're going to be playing up against.
Yeah.
The first one I have down is it's a Slaves to Darkness one. This is that Marauder one. This is going to be, I think his name is Aaron Newbaum, and he's going to be running a bunch of Dark Oath.
Yeah, so Dark Oath spam, Mortal spam. I mean, I like this a lot just because, you know, Dark Oath don't really get their flowers as much as the other, like, you know, Chaos Knight side of Slaves guy.
Yeah. I think they look really cool. The models look really great, but it just seems like if I was gonna run Slaves, I would not run Dark Oath.
Yeah.
I guess once you play so much, you know,
yeah.
Like, because I have a bunch of nonsense that it's like I never would have expected to buy, so I could totally see myself getting Dark Oath. But if I was gonna go Slaves, I would 100% go into a different build.
I think some people like that Mad Max motif of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like Conan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazed humans.
Yeah, they're like what would they be, like barbarians? You know what I mean?
For sure. Psychopaths.
Yeah. So he's gonna run a dark, as far as General's Regiment, he's gonna run a Dark Oath War Queen. He's gonna run some Chieftains, Marauders reinforced, another Chieftain, another Marauder, not reinforced this time though. Some Savagers. Dude, this guy has 5 drops? And this looks like a mob.
Yeah, they're Chieftains, and then they have Chieftains and Chaff.
So, and he looks like he's running Master of the Paths and Scouting Force. And I mean, he has enough for Scouting Force.
Yeah, you just got to get 3 of those many units of Dark Oath into
enemy territory or into neutral, right?
And
they can't be in combat.
I'm willing to bet that the Dark Oath Chieftain gives them some kind of run or charge shenanigan.
Yeah. Do you think you can just run up and smash them?
I mean, probably, yeah, like a big group of them, but there's just more.
There is a bunch. He seems like he's got
and
quite
look,
a bit.
and the units are split up, so even if you could hit, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Do you
have 12 swings on deck?
Yeah.
You do not.
You're like, I'm going to send one hit into you.
That's where divided. Yeah, that's where splitting the attack's going to be big.
Yeah, that seems crazy.
And that's why there's a split attack, mechanic.
Yes. Well, people will run 1,000 Dark Oaths. So after that, we have the Lumineth. This one I thought was going to be a really good list. I don't know a lot about Lumineth. I do know they have a lot of spell casting. They got their brand new book last week. So I'm hoping people, like, and I've heard it's changed like a reasonable amount. I know Teclis changed significantly. Now it's like rune based. I think they have something kind of like they can activate runes or something.
No Teclis in this list?
I don't think so. Let's take a look at this list. This list is this is all the Stone Guard. So this is like the Light of Eltherion. That guy is gonna be really good. And Severeth, Lord of the Seventh Wind. That guy, I think,
these
is
are
pretty
casters,
cool.
right?
Well, I think they're all casters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a bunch of them are like, that's the whole thing with Lumineth, is they're all like, everyone's a caster.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the giant Avalanor. Have you seen, like, they have the giant cow that's the mountain?
Yeah.
That's him.
Crazy.
So they're running him. They're running 2 units of Stone Guard reinforced, which I think is...
So that's your big hammer unit right there.
Yep.
Scary stuff.
Then that Light of Eltharion, that one's really good. I think it's got some really wild attack. It doesn't look like it's as good as it is.
I think
it looks
that
like he's
with the Lumineth representation, that they're happy with the book.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Well, that, and I think fans are a huge elf, or have a huge fan base. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah. I mean, elves.
I like elves. I almost ran Lumineth, and then I read how complex they were, and then I was like, oh, the trees look cool, and then I should have read that first because they are also very complex.
It's like when you want to be subhuman, but without, but still human without the flaws. You go with the elves, baby.
Yeah.
I like the Sylvaneth. I like me an elf that's stuck in a tree.
Oh, definitely. I'm more of a. I like the wood. I like the wood elves. Always in say D&D or whatever. I always play wood elves.
Yeah.
And I love that they did a literal wood elf. It's an elf
in the wood.
In the wood.
Yeah, for sure.
They're okay.
I think that would be a great match for you, because you're both kind of castle-y.
Yeah, well, I've seen that they do. I think they hit. That's 4s and 2s or 4s and 3s is their main thing, and then they hit pretty hard. I think they have one of these guys, and when they hit, they do a true swing. So when they hit, they only roll 1 attack, and it's oh, if this hits, they all hit, all my hits hit.
Oh my goodness!
It's it does 1 attack for I don't know, maybe 6 damage or something, or they get 3 attacks. For 2.
So you're just getting solid odds instead of these weird
spikes. Yeah.
Spikes, yeah.
Yeah.
You can get these odd number generators going.
I know that at Light of Eltharion, like I said, he's really good. I think a lot of their thing too is they do either crit 2 hits or crit mortals.
Okay.
So we have to watch out for that.
I gotta imagine, an elf unit too is gonna have some shooting.
Yeah, I think. Well, some of them. It doesn't look like these guys run any shooting.
Could it be Venari with bows, right? That's the big shooting unit in that.
Yeah, looks like it's all. He's gonna just get in your face and beat beat your ass. Yeah.
A lot of people are running the kill hammer.
That's what it looks like. From what I looked at, that's what it looks like everybody's running.
They're damn the tactics. Let's just table your opponent.
Yeah, and I feel me and you can do all right in that environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you're. You know what I mean? We fit in more in that and then competitive.
But we say that, but let's talk about the next list.
Yeah,
triple cannons?
Dude, triple cannons is wild. So this guy he's running Cities of Sigmar. He's gonna have 3 of the cannons, and then he's also gonna be running. It's a lot of shooting. Shooting is one of those things that's super hard to deal with, especially for my army. I'm monster, so we can't get obscured.
Yeah.
So it's just
they're gonna aim and shoot at you.
Yeah.
I'm sure a cannon hits 30, 40 inches away.
So I'm gonna literally have to teleport in, cast a tree, hope they don't kill the tree, teleport into the tree, hope that without them screening in, and then charging into the tree. Charging in from there.
You know that a cannon's melee is gonna be ass. So, if you can make the charge,
yeah,
you don't have to worry about a cannon popping dirt.
And a lot of time it won't shoot in combat.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. Is just send somebody in there. I almost wish I would have took some Spite Revenants just to send them in there because they can just teleport in.
Oh, yeah.
It's here, fight these guys. That way, you guys can't fight, I can't fight. You know what I mean? I'm fine with this.
I mean, you ran the list like that before.
Yeah. I feel it was much more... That one is a lot simpler. It's much more forgiving.
Yeah.
This one, you can't waste your turns. You have to be proficient and productive with everybody every turn.
Yeah, for sure. But with these lists, with 3 Ironweld Great Cannons, the Free Guild Cavalier Marshal, the freaking the 2 reinforced Scourging Around Free Guild Cavaliers, these are all shooting units that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So...
Well, this is their cavalry, right? The Cavaliers?
Yeah.
Pontifex Sinistra, she's really good. Like I said, she does that real crazy ability.
Everyone's using that Alchemite Warforger, so I know that his buffs must be the shit.
Yeah? What is he? I wonder what he does.
He's one of their newer... He's that new model they just got.
Oh, yeah. He's got that... Yeah. He's got a smoke thing.
Yeah, a smoke thingy. I don't know. He's cooking up some...
Yeah. So I played this kid at Funkatronics 3rd edition, and we played we got matched together in our league 3 times, I want to say.
Wow.
And then we played separately 4, or I want to say 2 other times, a total of 4 times total.
Okay.
I want to say we played, and he just destroyed me.
And he was using this then?
The first time he beat me, he was using Cities of Sigmar, but they had a different little unit lineup.
Yeah.
They used to have phoenixes and a griffin.
Now he's got cannons. He traded the birds for guns.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's also got the KO Regiment of Renown with the Grunstock Thunderers, so it's going to be a lot of shooting.
Sky Warden, yeah.
Make sure you obscure. That's one thing we got to remember.
Activate that place of power.
I'm going to turn this place of power on and make it obscuring.
Yes.
And just sit on an objective.
It costs you nothing but maybe some life.
And it might be everybody some life.
Yeah.
Say we're all on it.
That's true.
That sounds like a lot of fun though. Sometimes you just gotta take that gamble, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll pay off.
As someone who hits a lot of ones, I take the gamble.
Yeah. You play the odds?
I would. I play monsters though, so they can't be obscured. Yeah. That's the one thing. I'm I can activate this place of power. Oh, these guys can't be. And then the one guys that are not monsters, fly. Yeah.
So they can't be obscured.
Yep. After the cannons, we have the Nurgle Monster Brick. So this one, it seems like this is going to be the build from what I've seen. It's a couple different variants of this, and instead of Scarbrand, they're running the Hellsmiths Regiment of Renown.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, a bunch of them I've seen were running that one.
Oh, man.
So they're gonna run Rodigus, who is an amazing model. He does some really crazy stuff right now.
And it's a soggy war scroll, so it's buffed up and ready to rack.
Yeah, it does some really cool stuff.
Reinforced Rot Swords, Sloven Knights, Exiled One, and Scarbrand. What a list.
Yeah, the Scarbrand seems wild too to just throw in there. You're just to cause some chaos and throw this dude in there.
They're we needed a hammer for our hammers.
Yeah.
But again, I look at this list and
the Glotkin's a hammer.
Yeah.
The Rot Swords, I guess, are kind of hammers.
They can be.
The Lord of Plagues, I think he gives a buff to the Rot Swords, maybe.
Yeah.
And then the Sloven Knights. The Sloven Knights are really good. They give out Strike Last.
Oh God.
So what I've seen is people are comboing them, and they're moving the Sloven Knights with the Glotkin, and then the Glotkin hits can counter charge into you, and then they'll get to counter charge into you for free.
Oh God.
And then they'll give you Strike Last.
So we want to pop those Sloven Knights.
Yeah, if you can shoot them.
Yes.
Take your dragons and shoot into them.
Yeah.
We're gonna play into them. You're gonna see those a lot. I've seen some people have reinforcing them.
Oh.
And
just to try to keep them around.
Yeah.
Because with one model, they can get the effect off.
Yep. And it's just they're actually pretty good. This whole list is actually pretty good. I don't know the Lord of Plagues is doing how he looks like right now in this new book. I think those guys took a bunch of debuffs. Scarbrand, for throw. I got 400 points left. I'll just throw Scarbrand in.
Yeah. Explaining to people, yes, it is damage 7.
Yeah. It's insane. Oh, and then Rodigus, he gives all Nurgle casters +1 to casting rolls. That's insane. But the other one is when they disease you, how you get it off is you have to heal. So if you can't heal, then you can't get it off.
Are they taking any kind of manifestations with this list, or is it just?
It doesn't look like it. They didn't list any. It doesn't look like it. I think the Glotkin has spells too.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, Forbidden Power.
They have prayer lore.
Yeah.
Benedictions of sickness.
Who's the prayer? Who's the priest? Is the Lord of Plagues? Is that the guy? Is that the priest?
That's the priest.
Oh, that's the first guy on the horse.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of cavalry type guys.
Jeez. But this is exactly why I put Cronus in my list, so I could at least have 2 unbinds. You need unbinds. I mean.
Yeah. I've run some lists where it's just no unbinds, and you're just you better be fast.
Yeah, I mean,
no one binds. Like, all right, bro, you better be quick and you better run in there and hit somebody. Like whoever casts their spells hard.
yeah, some armies they just get stronger and stronger the more buffs they apply.
Yeah, it gets out of hand. Some armies can bring a unit back for 1 CP. You know what I mean? So
I
it's
love
just
that.
like that's. Oh yeah, your Stormcast.
It could be broken. It could be broken.
It could be. Yeah. Our last list that we're looking at is going to be Skaven, which I know that's near and dear to your heart. Skaven is like your thing, yeah. That's like your next. What we were talking about earlier.
I'm really torn between Khorne and Skaven. I'm glad the new OBR book was so trash that
You really don't like it that much? It's that bad?
They want you to run like a Liege Cavalos and a bunch of Cavalos Death Riders, and that's not really the side of the army I want. I like the Morghast Archai. I like the Necropolis Stalkers. I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they want you to run, a bunch of Cavalos Death Riders, a bunch of those, Mortek Guard, and then a Liege Cavalos and Catacross. Like, that's the list. That's what they want you to run.
It does look like that's what they want you to run.
Yeah, even Jordan from Season of War like had had a Liege Cavalos and Cavalos Death Riders list. So I'm like, if Jordan's using it, then you know.
Are you talking about in the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a Liege Cavalos list. I was like, yeah. So I was like, I like the Cavalos Death Riders. I have a unit of them, but do I want a whole army of them?
Because you got to use the new book, right? Like, yeah. It's not even out yet. Lucky guy. This guy.
Lucky guy.
Yeah, lucky guy. But so these guys, break this down for me. You know Skaven a lot better than I do.
Yeah, so let's look at this list. It looks like Thankful on Bone Rippa, which is your 2-cast wizard on a tank, basically. This thing hits pretty hard. And you got a Master Molder who's going to give buffs and charge buffs to your Storm Fiends and any other things like the Rat Ogres in the list. Anything that's from the Molder clan, so your giant rats. And then it looks like he's also running the Rattling Cannons with the Storm Fiends. You can build the Storm Fiends out a couple different ways. Looks like he went with the Wind Launchers, Rattling Cannons. So he's going to have a whole lot of shots with those Storm Fiends.
So he's just going to be shooting. Did he max out the shooting?
I mean, they're not reinforced because they're so expensive, to be honest with you. Looks like he's just running 2 separate units. Yeah,
he's running Scouting Force.
Yeah.
So he needs more units.
For sure. And then if you look in that second regiment there's another Flesh Melder and the Rat Ogres. And again, those Flesh Melders are just there to make sure that those Rat Ogres make their charge. They're there to make sure that, they can heal at the end of the turn. A lot of these giant rat units heal they save on 4s, so they're pretty easily to wound.
Yeah.
Look at the reinforced rattling guns, though. I mean, we were expecting to see that. Like, that's a whole lot of shottage. Be mindful of that on the counter shot.
What does that range you know? Is it 18?
It's 18. I think it's like something like 36 shots, bro. It's a lot.
So is it 4s and 4s? 4s and 3s?
4s and a 3s, but they're going to more and more warp power it.
Yeah, so it's like...
The stats are going to change every turn, but just know that rattling, that big block of rattling guns, all those Storm Fiends, there's a whole lot of shots coming your way. Oh, and look, the Scourge of Garan Grace here on a Screaming Bell, so that's another wizard too. So we're talking 4 casts right here, man. So this is a big magic and shooting. And giant smashing ogre army. This is as solid as it gets.
I was gonna say it looks like a really good balance of stuff.
Earlier we talked about making a list of all of the S tier units. Here it is, right here, guys. You want to start Skaven? Copy this list.
Yeah, this is it. You're like, no, I want to run a bunch of the Doom Wheel. All right, now that we kind of reviewed the roster, we've broken down some of the list.
Filled ourselves with anxiety.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. I went in feeling pretty good and confident. I wonder, if people are also looking at the list like how we are.
Well, they definitely are.
Yeah.
They definitely are. I mean, we're doing it and we're amateurs. These are pros.
Yeah.
So they're definitely looking at the list. They're definitely going, why are they running this? No.
I think you're right. After looking at that, though, do you have anything else that you're like?
I know. My final thoughts before going into competition, it's this. I learned to play the game the best I could. I painted my army to the best of my ability, and I'm proud. So, win, lose, or draw, I'm happy to be participating. I'm happy to take this endeavor. And I don't think I'm going to regret it. I don't think you put this much preparation into something and then like live to regret it. Anything in life that's challenging or worth venturing into is going to have a huge payoff after the hard work. And I look over there across the table at that army that's painted, that's based, that's magnetized, and I could almost shed a real grown man tear.
Yeah, I can see your as you're talking about it, you keep looking looking over there at it, and like I can see like you're obviously very proud, and it's looking really good. Like I said, I'm really proud. I'm excited. We put in like I feel like a ton of work for. I know it's a silly game, but it's like our fun hobby. Like that's the fun thing we get to do. We get to be like old people and chill about, which is like super exciting to like invest into, and it's just I've really enjoyed the community and all of that. So it's gonna be super exciting to go into this. As nervous as I am, like I'm very excited. I think same feelings. Like as competitive as I am, I want to win. I think no matter what, the fact that we went and did it. Yes. And especially like we went and did it as a team, like yes. So I think that's exciting to me. That's sick. Like that's very satisfying. You know what I mean? So no matter how it turns out, like the last one I felt like went way too well.
It did.
So it's like, bro, we're all gonna go 0-5. I don't want that.
I don't want that either.
But I want to go, and I think we're gonna have a good time.
Give me a good win. Yeah. Give me a good win after a hard fight, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, like say you go 2-1 that first day, like 1-2 that first day. You know,
I can
like,
die happy.
I want that last one. I want that guy to be too tired. He's out of this, and like I've lost 2, so I'm like hyper sweaty right now.
If I get dumpstered 5 rounds in a row.
Yeah. What if you get 5? What if you go 5 games and it's like you lose them all in like round 2?
I think I'm going to have to switch to corn because I'll be that pissed.
Like, I'm going to take all my Seraphon and sell them.
Dang. Quit the hobby?
Yes.
One bad game?
Yeah, one bad game.
Oh.
No, I would never. I'd not.
No, man. You gotta make it love you.
Yeah. So I'm super excited to go in and do it. I think that's going to be it for this podcast, though, because we got, one more day to get ready for everything.
One more day, man. Get that black paint on the edge of the bases. You know what I mean? Put those final highlights on.
Hit those last finishing touches.
Yeah. Put that null nile in that crevice.
So I just want to say thank you to everybody for listening. I truly appreciate it. If you want, you can follow me on YouTube at Rolling Recklessly or on Instagram at rolling_recklessly_podcast. And then on there, you can find my Discord where you can join in all the fun with us. Thanks again for following. Thanks for checking it out. And as always, may your crits be high, your paint never dry, and your rolls ever reckless.